Imagine standing on an unknown celestial body. Could you measure gravity there with just a swinging pendulum and a stopwatch? In this video, we'll explore gravity with a simple experiment, one swing at a time. If you have a solid object with a hole and a fixed axis of rotation, in other words, a physical pendulum like this one, you can use a stopwatch and computer to measure the gravitational acceleration in the vicinity of this oscillating physical pendulum. That is to say, at the surface of the unknown celestial body. Let's take a look at how to do it. First, gently set the pendulum swinging. During its oscillation, the maximum angular displacement should not exceed 5 degrees so that the small angle approximation, where the sine of an angle is approximately equal to that angle, remains valid. We can measure the period of oscillation using a stopwatch or an optical sensor. Here, I will use a stopwatch with a precision of 1/100th of a second.
To reduce the uncertainty in measuring time, I will measure the duration of 20 pendulum oscillations at once. I will do this twice for each of the 6 axes of rotation, whose positions correspond to the tops of the holes in the pendulum.
So we successively suspend this physical pendulum from 6 different axes of rotation, corresponding to 6 holes in the body. The distance A of a given axis of rotation, for example this one, from the center of mass of this physical pendulum can be measured using a millimeter ruler. The axis of rotation is located at the upper inner edge of the hole because at that point the physical pendulum is supported on a sharp-edged pivot. For each of the 6 distances AI, we then calculate the average period of oscillation, TI, by dividing our measured average time of 20 oscillations by 20. The period T of a physical pendulum is given by the following relation, where ICM is the moment of inertia of the pendulum with respect to the axis of rotation passing through the pendulum's center of mass, and A is the distance of the currently used axis of rotation from the center of mass of the pendulum. The M is the mass of the physical pendulum, and G is the effective gravitational acceleration in the vicinity of the pendulum. To find the value of gravitational acceleration without knowing the moment of inertia of this pendulum, we need to plot a graph. For example, a graph of A multiplied by T divided by 2 pi squared as a function of A squared from our measured values, and then to approximate it with a straight line and determine the slope of this line. For approximating the graph of a straight line, I recommend using the classic interpolation method called the least squares method. Let's denote the slope of this line by the letter K. Then the following relationship applies for the effective gravitational acceleration near the pendulum. In this way, we might find, for example, that the effective gravitational acceleration is approximately 1.62 meters per second squared, which would mean that we are actually on the surface of the moon. Next, from the first constant, q, of the line interpolated from the graph, we can also determine the moment of inertia, ICM, of the physical pendulum with respect to the axis of rotation passing through the pendulum's center of mass. We can see that to determine the moment of inertia, we need to measure the mass, m, of the pendulum. Since the period t of a physical pendulum depends on the distance a from the pendulum's center of mass to its axis of rotation, according to this relationship, we can also determine the distance a min, for which the period of the physical pendulum is minimal. Then, by substituting this found distance a min into the equation above, we can also determine the value of t min, the minimal period of oscillation. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like it and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps me create more high-quality content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.